Good morning again to all of you. I think we can start slowly. And for that, I will give the floor to my president, Miklos Antic, for the welcome. Miklos, floor is yours. Miklos, can you hear us?
Yeah, I think now it should work.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to this new edition of Meet the Members. And I'm quite happy to report you that we have exceeded now more than 200 members of EGEC. This is a fantastic growth in the past years, which shows the interest and the importance of geothermal industry. Your contribution, whatever your field you are representing, it's essential to the growth of our industry. And this is why EGEC has been there to represent you and be the voice of geothermal industry in Europe and not only. And you should know that EGEC is not, it's a two-way relationship. You are membership in the membership, but EGEC is there also to serve you. So I hope you will benefit the maximum of your membership, and then I will meet you soon in another occasion and not only on the virtual space. So I'll pass you now the floor to Philippe Dumas, the Secretary General of EGEC, who runs the show in Brussels, and then he will moderate this meeting. And I'm happy to thank you.
Thank you, Miklos, for this welcome. So indeed, it's our opportunity to give the floor to our members, our new members. As mentioned by Miklos, we reached a milestone of 200 members at the end of the year. But just to tell you, for the first semester, we have received more than 30 new membership applications. So we're really in a growing phase of membership. And it's our pleasure to introduce our new members. And you could see today we give a floor to 8 new members. This is the second edition of the Meet the Members, but be sure that the other new members will be presented during the second semester after the summer break. So what is in the agenda today is to give a floor to our members. It's not to me to speak. So we'll immediately give the floor first to present Chamfer Balkan from Cristian Martinescu. You can see from the agenda, all speakers have 5 to 10 minutes with a Q&A possibility just after each intervention. I really also encourage you to use the chat. It's always a good tool to interact directly with a presenter. And at the end, we can always have some Q&A session if you wish. I will not be longer than that. And Cristian, if you are ready to present Chamfer Balkan, the floor is yours.
Good morning. Yes, I'm ready. Let me share my screen. And I hope you see my presentation right now.
I'm sure it's coming.
So it's at least on my screen, I can see it.
Not us. Not yet from our side.
Do you see my screen?
We see a screen, but we see an internet page. We don't see your slide deck. Here it is, perfect. Full screen mode and floor is yours.
And now it's supposed to be full presentation.
It's perfect, Cristian.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Cristian Martinescu, and on behalf of CAMFOR, I would like to thank you for attending this webinar. I will do my best in 5 minutes to give you a flavor of who we are, where we are, and what we do. First of all, as a short history, our company, CAMFOR, it's a young organization. First entity was set up in France in 2015 by a group of professionals with experience in drilling fluids industry, followed by a second entity in the Netherlands a year later. Starting 2020, CAMFOR expanded in Eastern Europe with the Romania entity, and a year later in Poland. From these 4 locations, we try to cover activity all over the Europe. Our product and services portfolio covers drilling and completion fluids, solids control equipment, and waste management service for drilling activity in oil and gas, geothermals, and water wells. Also, we provide services and equipment rental for trenchless, civil works, and tunneling. The greatest asset we have is people. Even KEMFOR, it's a young company, our engineers, and I'm talking about office support and field engineers, have large global experience from South America to Middle East and from North Sea across Europe to North Africa. In terms of equipment, we have solids control and waste management equipment, like, for example, centrifuges and flock units, easy to customize. The last but not the least, our products are selected to be cost-effective and environmental friendly. Most important, we try to integrate our product and services portfolio from designing stage to field applications, ensuring smooth and safe operations for operators. Our staff has experience and training to optimize technical solutions for maximum efficiency. Aside of our personal previous experience, KEMFOR, in a not very long existence, already proven in many projects, and I'll give you a few examples. In France, geothermal wells up to 5,200 meters in depth, or cover for gas storage, salt dome drilling, tunneling projects. The Netherlands, geothermal or salt dome wells, and also workovers. In Romania, oil and gas wells, including high temperature and high pressure, also horizontals, and very important integrated projects with waste management coming from drilling. Poland, several oil and gas wells, including offshore Baltic Sea, gas storage, trenchless, and many geothermal, including a 7,000-meter well, which is actually doing drilling right now. For the future, we believe the main focus, not only of our company, but in industry, generally speaking, should be environmental integrated projects, which means developing complete solution for fluids, solids, and waste management. High temperature geothermal fluids, most important would be product selection to prevent losses and hole instability in microfracture formations. And in tunneling and trenchless product development to optimize drilling the large diameter holes. So that's all from my side. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for this really nice presentation, short and really focused and targeted. So I really encourage all the participants of this webinar to liaise with Cristian in the chat. And if you have questions, we can raise this question and answer from Cristian at the end of the webinar. Now we stay in the underground, but we move the country. I will give the floor to Malek from Diamant Drilling. Malek, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Philip and everyone. Let me share my screen, please. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we hear you, and we are waiting for seeing your screen.
Perfect. Okay.
We see your screen, but not yet the presentation. Here it is.
Well,
Perfect. Floor is yours.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Philip, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for the invitation to Meet the Members webinar today. I am Malek bin Hamida. I'm the Director of Application Engineering, and I'm presenting Diamant. So first, let's begin with a brief history of Diamant. Diamant is established in Belgium in 1999. Our company has grown over 25 years and has been acquired by various groups. It's now part of Oilfield Supply Center, which is a government of Dubai company. So as a European-based equipment manufacturer, Diamant is remarkably expanding its footprint in the geothermal industry. So our HQ is in Gosselies, Belgium, and we have other satellites in Dubai, where I'm based now, and in Houston, US. We have also 4 manufacturing locations in Gosselies, Belgium, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, UAE, Houston, USA, and in Dammam, Saudi Arabia. And we are operating in 38 different locations worldwide. So at Diamant, we offer a wide spectrum of products ranging from Steele matrix bits, impreg bits, casing drilling bits, and coring heads. We have also a wide portfolio of downhole solutions, including concentric and eccentric reamers, stage hole openers, and reaming sleeves. The interesting part of our company, which is kind of a small company, is that our application engineering team and designers are agile and flexible, enabling us to customize any design based on field results and client feedbacks within 5 days, which is very important for such a dynamic and competitive geothermal market. And since located in the heart of Europe, our workshop can repair used tools and turn them back to the field within a quick turnaround time. We generally target 1 to 2 weeks. So basically, we receive the used tool from the operator, we repair it in 1 to 2 weeks, and then we turn it back to the client, which is very important here in the market. And at Diamond, we also have unique and patented technologies such as microcore and storm eye bits, slick weld downhole solutions, kamikaze casing drilling bits, and Werthog patented technology, which I will explain later on. So let's dig more into this slick weld downhole solution portfolio. So to make the geothermal application more affordable by enhancing the drilling performance and protecting the expensive BHA elements from severe damage, we have developed the slick weld reamer product line. So this portfolio includes concentric, eccentric reamers, stage hole openers. We have also worked closely with big RSS providers to design unique inline reamers and on-bit sleeves. So thanks to their unique design, and since they are equipped with PDC cutters on the leading and trailing edges, the slick weld reamers are used to improve the wellbore condition by reaming the hole while drilling and removing any obstruction while pulling out of the hole. And this will result in less torque and drag, in enhanced weight transfer from surface down to the bit, higher rate of penetration, less harmful vibrations that could damage the expensive MWD and LWD electronics. And all this will guarantee safe deployment of casings or liners down to TD. So let's move now to another unique technology developed in Diamond. The Werthog technology is a unique patented layout that features 2 rows of dome-shaped inserts per blade, as you can see here. So this layout maximizes the protection of PDC cutters and prevents premature breakage. So 1 row of inserts, this one, is functioning as a depth of cut controller, enhancing the bit tool face control with mad motors and LSS, while the other one, this one, is acting as shock reducers, managing the stress from highly interbedded geology or poorly stabilized BHAs. And when combined with the latest 3D shaped cutters technology, the integration of the Werthog results in high performance bit that is suited for challenging geothermal application. So here is a case study showing that by using Werthog and microcore technologies combined with a customized cutting structure, we have succeeded to break twice the field ROP in a geothermal application in Holland. So in this application, we have used 2 12.25-inch bits to drill 3 development wells in Flevoland. A bent motor was used to steer the section from 30 to 50 degrees and drill it through shirt traces. And as you may know, shirts are known as PDC killer, and through sticky mar. So what we have done, our application engineers have assessed the drilling data and came back with a custom design specifically for that application with big mudways for better cleaning, medium cutting structure or aggressiveness of the bit to enhance the ROP, microcore feature to increase the ROP, the Werthog feature to protect the cutters from severe vibrations, and we have used a step passive gauge for better steerability. And as you can see on the graph here, we have different runs. Here are the competition runs, and here we have the ROP values. And as you can see here, we have increased the ROP by 35% compared to motorized application, and by 65% compared to RSS BHAs. And we are not stopping here. Our engineering team is now working on a better version of this bed design for the upcoming operations by including 3D shaped cappers. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for your attention, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Malek. Maybe just a question. Can you tell us in which year did you perform this experiment in Holland?
Come again?
In which year? When it was your test in Holland?
2023.
2023. Okay, so
Yes.
it's really recent information.
Yeah, since
Thank
we have 5 minutes only, so I just presented one case, but we have many cases.
Sure. No,
We
it
are
was
just trying to enhance the technologies, right?
it was in my mind, but don't worry, Malek, you will see we have a lot of geothermal events in second semester, and also next year we will give you the opportunity to present in details all your innovation.
Perfect. I'll be happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Malek. And now I will give the floor to Green Chemicals and it's Engin Helvaci to present.
Thank you very much, Philip. Let me share my screen.
Okay. We see your screen. It's going to full screen mode and perfect. Floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, valuable participants. My name is Engin Helvaci. I am working as a coordinator for Green Chemicals and responsible from global geothermal projects. Today, I will present you Green Chemicals briefly. Let's start. Green Chemicals is a 100% Turkish company owned by private sector and established in 1995. We are active in more than 30 countries globally and very active in local market as a market leader. With its more than 900 customers, Green Chemicals always targets to be a global key player. Actually, we have 10 different product lines, as you can see on my slide. They are wet treat, geotreat, oil treats, and industrial adhesives, wastewater management chemicals, organic treat, well treat, mine treats, and metal surface treatment chemicals. With all of them, Green Chemicals can serve more than 2,000 different products to global markets. And these two product lines are more related to geothermal business. Actually, GeoTreat series contains antiscalants and corrosion inhibitors. 1000 series is high temperature antiscalants and they are stable up to 300 degrees Celsius. Products in this group have very high thermal stability and active for silicate and calcite scaling risks. They are mostly used in geothermal power plant projects. GeoTreat 2000 series is mid-temperature antiscalants and they are suitable for between 120 and 180 degrees C. And we are offering this product line also for power plants as well, for mostly binary cycle power plants. And GeoTreat 3000 series, they are low temperature antiscalants and they are suitable under 120 degrees C and mostly used in district heating, greenhouses, and thermal hotel projects. GeoTreat 4000 series is high temperature corrosion inhibitor, which are suitable up to 300 degrees C. They can be used from downhole, from production wells, or we can inject them from surface connections. And this corrosion inhibitor group is compatible with our antiscalant groups. Well-treat series, they are generally used in geothermal drilling operations globally as drilling additives, drilling mud additives, cementing additives, and also stimulation additives. 1000 series is the drilling mud additives. 2000 series, they are generally used in geothermal cementing operations. And we are supplying some of the products from this group to European Union region, actually. And well-treat 3000 series, they are generally used in geothermal well stimulation operations. And we are supplying some of products from this product line also to European Union region. And this slide shows the capabilities and references of green chemicals for geothermal business in 2023. The number of geothermal power plants chemically treated by us is 31, with a total gross capacity nearly 600 megawatts. And Green Chemicals is the first R&D center of Turkey related to geothermal business, with 14 dedicated engineers in only geothermal business. And Green Chemicals has 65% market share by volume, with 10 years field experience in geothermal power plant sector. With the global network, we are able to manage all kinds of issues for transportation, technical support, and commercial operations as well. Thank you very much for your time. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you need further information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Engin, for this point. And maybe just a question, what is already your reference outside Turkey in the European market?
Actually, we are active in Croatia, and we have some projects in Portugal, Holland, and in Africa, we have projects in Kenya and also Indonesia.
Okay, so already a good footprint in the geothermal
Very
business. Thank
No
you,
problem.
Engin. And I see that Jake is ready to intervene, so I will give you a floor for presenting Schoeller-Nlackmann oilfield equipment. So Jake, floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Okay, I hope you can hear me and
Yes.
also see my screen as well. Is that
Not
clear?
yet, not yet, sure it's
Not yet.
coming.
Okay, let me try one more go. I thought it was going to work perfectly there.
But I see it's coming. Yes, not full screen mode, but perfect, floor is yours.
Got it? Okay. Good. Well, I just want to say, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me here today. It's a pleasure to meet everybody, and pleasure to speak on behalf of Schoeller-Nlackmann. Quick agenda, and I'll be super duper quick on this one. So I want to introduce Schoeller-Nlackmann as a company and our constituent parts and entities, and then also just introduce you quickly to split flow, which is something that we're doing specifically right now in geothermal and in Europe. So introduce you to that, and hopefully see if there's anything applicable for applications coming up with the audience as well. So Schoeller-Nlackmann, in case you don't know who we are, we're an Austrian company, split into two parts effectively, and I'll slightly emphasize those a bit more in a minute. But in terms of the two parts, we have one side of things, which is manufacturing steel, high grade, non-magnetic steel. So for those of you already involved in the drilling side of things, if you're using non-mag material in your BHAs, the chances are it comes from Schoeller-Nlackmann, and we supply to basically anybody that's making BHA components that need that. On the other side of things, we've got the constituent companies for drilling products, both for oil and gas, obviously, and for geothermal too. The company is based in Austria, in Turnitz, but we have a global footprint in terms of manufacturing and repair and service, and the sales teams as well. We've got over 1,600 employees around the world. This is quite a busy slide, and I will not take long on this one, but it just kind of shows the split of how the company is structured. On the advanced manufacturing and services side, on the left-hand side, that's where we're talking about the non-mag material and manufacturing, and the repair and maintenance side, and that accounts for slightly over half of the revenues for the business. And on the other side, we have the drilling tools, and this is the layout of how that goes. We've got, you can see 4 companies here. We've got Biko motors, really powerful motors. We're incorporating the even wall technology. It's been developed by Biko. We're going to get motors in Europe shortly, so that's going to be something exciting, although we have had them in the past working on geothermal wells, working really well. I've got the DTEC rotary steerable, which is basically the world's largest independent rotary steerable manufacturer. It's a push-to-bit system and compatible with all MWDs and obviously drill bits that Malek's been already talking about. There's DSI, which is very synonymous with circulation, and the PBL specifically. We're doing some great stuff with split flow, which I already said I'll talk about next. And then there's WellBoss as well. WellBoss is a composite manufacturer basically in the US, very, very focused on highly engineered completions and production side of things. So that's how the company looks. But I wanted to kind of take it a little bit deeper over this next slide, and show what we're doing. Let me see if I can smooth that thing out of the way. Okay, so what we're doing here with split flow, and this, you know, this might be slightly new for some of you, or maybe already in the background working on it. But split flow is really interesting, and it's active right now, both in oil and gas wells and in geothermal in Europe, and we're really pushing this forward and having some great results. So what we're doing here, you can see on the image on the right hand side, normally all the fluid and all the drilling power will be going down straight through the BHA to down to, and out the bit and back up the annulus. And what we're doing here is we are providing a alternative path for the flow to go. So we're still providing the BHA with some flow, but we're also providing other areas that may need it, maybe more, out through the drill string. We can either redistribute the flow, or we can provide an overall more flow rate. And we're doing it, like I say, right now on a geothermal well. We're drilling with split flow as we speak right now, which is really exciting from our side of things. There's loads of different applications, and you know they're written down there. One of the main ones is just to really boost the circulation flow over the system. And this next slide will show you what I'm talking about. So this is just one quick example where we use split flow to really increase the flow rate. So while drilling, limited to 2,000 liters a minute, which is about 500 gallons a minute. And that was limited through the BHA. When we activated the split flow, we were then able to increase the flow rate over double to 4,500 liters a minute. And that had massive impacts for hole cleaning, etc., annular velocity. It all stayed within the standpipe pressure limits of the system, and the ECD remained the same. So this is a tiny flavor of what we're doing. But I've got lots more stuff to share and lots more stuff to show, and really important for geothermal, for different applications. So if you do have any questions, or if this has piqued your interest, then be always happy to look at things and see how we can apply this to your application. And finally, just a last thank you. And I don't think you can look on LinkedIn these days without seeing a truck with equipment going out the door. But this was a really nice one, a geothermal project in the Netherlands last year. There were a series of 4 wells, and we had tools from 4 companies. We had the circulation subs, we had the motor, and we had the motor power and the rotary steerable tool. And to top it all off, we had some Schoeller-Nlackmann non-mag collars in there as well. So a really nice case study and development of how we've been able to work together on geothermal. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you, Jake. Really interesting. I see there's some questions in the chat. I will try to pick it up. Yeah, maybe off topic, but could anyone briefly say what the best option is for drilling in back gardens or terrace house? Okay, it's more for small scale. It's maybe not for deep geothermal, it's more for shallow geothermal. But my question is more, when you think, Jake, you will be ready to release some result of the project you are doing on the speed over. So it will be interesting for the community to also have a final result of this experiment you are doing. So when do you expect results to be available?
From the one we're currently doing, it's obviously early days. It's been drilling since Monday, so that's early. Obviously, as we get the full results, we're so excited to share it. I'm hoping actually that in Celle in September, I'm trying to get a slot to speak about it at the auditorium there. So that will be my sort of target, depending on how the results go and if I can get a slot. If not, then, you know, anytime anybody wants me to speak about it or to present it, then I can do that on invitation for sure. But there would be my two sort of upcoming slots, if you like.
Okay, thank you, Jake. Let's move on. We still remain in the drilling phase, and it's my pleasure to give the floor to Scott to present Helmerich and Payne. Perfect. Floor
Great.
is yours. Slide is available.
Slides are there. Excellent. Well, thanks very much, Philippe, for the opportunity to introduce ourselves, Helmerich and Payne. So my name's Scott Farmer. I'm the well engineering manager for a team based here in Pau, France. So I want to introduce who Helmerich and Payne are, then go in a bit more depth about what we do as advanced well engineering. So Helmerich and Payne are the largest onshore driller in the United States. We provide, we almost have around 200 land drilling rigs operating, 150 roughly in the US, and then some based internationally, so Middle East, Australia, and South America. AWE, our branch that's based in Pau, Lyon, and Houston, and the Middle East, we're a drilling engineering and research and development team. We were previously a company called DrillScan, which has over 25 years of experience from academia in France. And we have 3 solutions: BitScan, WellScan, and LiveScan. And we use these models that we've developed over the 25 years that I've explained to provide engineering services and solutions to people internationally. And we have a lot of technical publications and services that we've provided over the years. So in a nutshell, what our team does, we try to accelerate well delivery and maximize the lifespan of the wells for energy operators. So we work in oil and gas and in geothermal. And it's really based on our physics-based modeling knowledge and our drilling expertise. So this was fundamentally why H&P bought us in the first place, to integrate our knowledge and services into their drilling rigs. What we do specifically, we have 3 lines of service. We've got tailored analysis, real-time advisory, and well delivery. Tailored analysis is custom engineering studies that we do for clients based on whatever problem they have. Real-time advisory, we now monitor real-time operations and optimize drilling performance. And then well delivery, we now are able to support energy operators with the well delivery process. So typical well engineering starting from your well statement of requirements all the way through to a drilling program. And we do all 3 of these with the support of the 3 applications I showed you before: BitScan, WellScan, and LiveScan. In terms of H&P's involvement in geothermal, it's growing more and more. We've made quite a lot of investments in the United States and in Europe with Fervo, Geothermal Technologies, Eden Geopower, XGS, Ever, and Greenfire Energy. We are also supporting, or have supported, the drilling operations of Fervo and Ever in the United States with our drilling rigs and all of our services. In Europe, where we're predominantly based, we've been supporting operations in France, Germany, Switzerland, and Romania. And we're now supporting some engineering studies in Australia also. And that basically sums it up from us: short, sharp, and sweet. If you've got any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Scott, for this presentation, and good to see indeed all the activities you have in drilling rig services. I don't know if you have questions. Maybe also feel free, participants, to raise your hand and you can have an oral question. I think still people are digesting this short presentation to raise questions. So please stay online and we'll see the questions also in the QA session at the end. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, and now I will give the floor to Aygun Guney for presenting SANKO Energy.
Yes, thank you, Scott. It's Aygun actually.
Yes, we can
Okay.
hear you.
Yes, let me just start the presentation. Can you see my screen?
I confirm, floor is yours.
Yes, good morning to everyone. I hope you all can hear me well. My name is Aygun Guney, and I am the reservoir manager at SANKO Energy more than 6 years. I have been working geothermal industry since 2008 at a different position, and today I will try my best to give you a very brief information about our company in just 5 minutes. SANKO Energy, we are committed to sustainability and innovations. We are operating a diverse portfolio of renewable energy power plants, wind, hydro, solar, and especially geothermal, with a total installed capacity of 1 gigawatt. The last year with this portfolio, we have been produced more than 3 terawatts of total generation of the Turkey electricity needs. And just, yes. One of the key projects that we are proud to present today is our geothermal power plant, where during the both exploration and expansion stage, we have been conducted over 50 kilometers of 3D seismic and over 300 kilometers of 2D seismic and additional geophysical studies. With the information and data that gathered from the geophysical studies and analyses, over 40 wells have been drilled with a total depth of over 85,000 kilometers. Today, we are operating 3 power plants with a total capacity of 70 megawatts of electricity. For that power plants, the 10 production and 20 injection well is operated with a 2,000 tons per hour geothermal fluids. The field actually has faults and fracture systems that holds over 250 degrees Celsius of geothermal fluids. There are some details of the reservoir properties in the list, but the most important one is the fluid capacity differs from 50 tons per hour to 500 tons per hour, and the temperature actually in the field differs from 150 to 260 degrees Celsius in operation. We have also holding the license and have the partnership with municipality in Salihli to heat up over 8,000 households. In the near future, we are planning to extend our capacity with over 100 megawatts of power plants with additional 60 wells. I hope we will succeed in that. At geothermal power plant, innovation is at the heart of our operations. Let me just briefly and basically introduce some of them with you. First of all, the first one of them is the CCS project, where the total amount of non-condensable gas from our second power plant is trying to compress into 5-part reinjection system and send into the reservoir for sustainable production purposes. Second one is the digital twin of our reservoir with existing and planned reservoir management with multi-fracture, multi-well simulation, including the CCS project. The last one, and not the least one, actually the heat recovery project for hybrid implementation of the concentrated solar for seasonal heat storage. For the future collaboration and becoming the members of the EGEC, we are very open-minded in the following upcoming opportunities, especially in advanced exploration and drilling technologies, any kind of artificial intelligence application for project or power plant management, any kind of CCUS project or heat storage opportunities, or mineral recovery. For this kind of opportunities, SANKO Energy are offering a proven expertise of geothermal field development from exploration to production and a living laboratory in geothermal fields. In conclusion, I want to thank you all for your time and attention. We are looking forward to potential collaborations for geothermal future. Thank you.
Thank you, Aygun. I have maybe a question also for you directly.
Sure.
You mentioned for R&D, you're looking for partners to develop a project together. What would you offer? Do you offer a demo site in Turkey?
Yes, sure. Any kind of technologies that we can use or try in the field from exploration to production.
Okay, so it's a call for cooperation. So if some of you are interested, be aware that as EGEC, we also regularly organize webinars on funding opportunities for research and innovation. So stay
yes.
tuned, and for sure you will see later we'll announce a conference in November where we'll try to also have some B2B sessions. So thank you, Aygun, for your presentation of SANKO Energy. And now I'm giving the floor to Seán O'Shea from Hunting PLC.
Good morning, everybody. Let me just share my screen.
Okay. Perfect. Floor is yours.
You're seeing it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, my name is Seán O'Shea. I'm with Hunting Energy Services. So to give you a brief on Hunting, for those of you who may not know us, we actually celebrated 150 years this year, so we've been around a long time. I've been with the company 27 years. We're primarily in the energy sector and oil and gas, but we've been supplying the geothermal market for well over 25 years. We're a globally established company. We're listed in FTSE 250. We've over 2,400 employees worldwide, based in 11 countries, including the UK. We're in Holland, where we primarily support the geothermal market in Europe. We're in Singapore, we're in China, we're in Indonesia, where we support the Asia-Pac geothermal market, from New Zealand, Philippines to Indonesia. Primarily, we're in the US. We have a long history in the US in the geothermal market, especially in Southern California. So what do we supply to the geothermal market? We are essentially, our main product line, and my own personal background in the company, is in the premium connection OCTG, so that's supplying of tubing and casing. And we've, over the years, developed many innovative and bespoke solutions for the geothermal market, including, for example, developing connections for titanium alloy for very high temperature, very corrosive wells in Southern California. We have our own test lab. We test the connections for very high temperatures. We do our FEA for customers who want maybe lower cost solutions better than API. We have a full range of connections. We also supply perforating and logging tools from our Titan division in the US. So we have high temperature gamma detectors for drilling. We have logging tools. In the well intervention side, we have wireline pressure control, slickline tools, and true tubing tools for example, descaling. We also developed a desander, cyclonic desander for some customers in Holland. So We are very open to developing technology and solutions for improving be it cost reduction or the lifespan of wells for geothermal operators and customers. In the OCTG sector, one example of this, which I have in my next slide, is we developed a GRE lined flush, large OD flush connector, which I believe is the largest diameter of GRE lined casing available in the market. And that was to enable customers in Holland to work over their 9 5/8 casing in district heating wells, which were heavily corroded. So the 11 3/4 flush connection can obviously fit inside the 13 3/8. And GRE lining gives you better fluid flow performance, as well as obviously a larger OD, gives you better capacity, higher volume flow, and extends the lifespan of the casing for up to 25 years compared to bare carbon steel. On the maybe higher performance, higher temperature side of OCTG premium connections, we have Sealock XD. This is thermally tested over 300 degrees C. It's also fully ISO Cal 4 tested. This is a connection we use a lot in Asia Pacific. And then we have surface casing connections up to 20-inch. Sealock Boss, we've been supplying this for many, many years in countries like Iceland, in New Zealand, and in Philippines and in Indonesia. Yeah. So Hunting is the world's leading independent OCTG supplier, meaning we're not owned by any one steel mill. So this gives us the flexibility to work with a large number of high quality steel mills and in titanium mills, ranging from 25 chrome, titanium, carbon steel around the world. So very flexible. We stock pipe in Europe. So we do consignment stocking programs for some of our customers. This is the example I gave you earlier for again, an example of us developing a solution for specific geothermal customer needs in Europe. Around the world, we have large capacity to thread connections, and we do full chain supply of OCTG solutions. So yeah, that's it for me. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. And we are very open to developing solutions for our customers, be it OCTG, well intervention, logging, and so on. Thank you.
Thank you, Seán. Indeed, quite interesting. And just you personally, where are you based on?
I'm personally based in Ireland, actually.
Okay.
But I travel around Europe and into the Middle East quite a lot, and Africa, yeah.
Okay, so people, if they want to contact you, they can find you in Ireland, but in the rest of Europe. I see that indeed there's regularly some questions to the different presenters, so maybe we have a last presentation, and after we come back to the question, because indeed there's a lot of requests for presenters to go further into detail on some topics. Thank you again, Seán. And now I give the floor to the Professor Arturas Razbadauskas from Klaipeda University, because indeed you can see in the membership of EGEC we have different kind of stakeholders, and it's our pleasure to welcome the Klaipeda University. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning for everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, it's coming. We can see your screen. It's a PDF, not yet in full screen mode, but we can see it.
We can see it. Okay. Thank you very much for possibility to introduce our university. One of the member of EGEC, and it is very important to our university. And next one. We are, you can see now.
We can see, it's not in full screen mode, but we can see your slide.
Okay. Okay, we are in a strong partnership with covering Europe and coastal other universities with leadership of La Rochelle University. And since 2019, 9 universities together have built European University for Smart Urban Coastal Sustainability. And in 1991, a state-owned enterprise, Geothermal, was established in 1997 in Klaipeda city. It is the only one power plant, geothermal power plant in the Baltic country. And during 2001 and 2004, plants launch adjustment work were performed. And in the mid of December 2001, geothermal started to supply heat to the heating network of Klaipeda city. And it was built by financing Danish Environment Protection and budget of Lithuanian Republic as well. And you can see the geothermal plant power, what is power in the project and the real power. In 2015, geothermal got a certificate of Republic Lithuania geothermal water as a therapeutic water and water to use for swimming pools. And geothermal was an active partner in the EU research funded programs, Horizon 2020, with geothermal projects, SHUE and the Stress and Interact Baltic Sea. And the possibilities how we can now be the partners together in EGEC, it's scope of Klaipeda Energy Innovation Center. It's now creating new one, and it is a research infrastructure, R&D possibilities, education, and health and well knowledge. And now, in the previous Klaipeda University break the Banderia's acknowledgement and for water therapy for health, one of possibilities for use of geothermal water for efficacy in balneotherapy and clinical methodology for balneotherapy, and as well aquaculture and biotechnology, the use of marine recirculation system for shrimp aquaculture and aquaculture and biotechnology and testing and new feed use of Baltic Sea water and aquaponics. And how we see now possibilities to be in partnership with EGEC and significant steps towards fostering innovation and sustainability in geothermal energy and the research infrastructure like Klaipeda Energy Innovation Center, open lab facilities, and integration renewable energy and health environmental benefits and climate changes is very important as well. And strategic goals and collaborative efforts for from the point of view, Klaipeda University is committed to advancing its research capabilities and enhancing its contribution to regional international sustainability goals by joining EGEC, and Klaipeda University aims to collaborate with leading geothermal experts and in organization, knowledge sharing, joint research project possibilities, and participate in EU funding project initiatives like project participation and funding opportunities, and contribute the development of European strategy for geothermal energy, like a policy advocacy and strategic development. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Arturas, for this plan. Maybe just a question. When you were mentioning the plant in Klaipeda, if I'm understanding well, is not yet is in a pause mode now for the moment. Is not yet project. Have you access to the plant when you say you want cooperation in research innovation? Would you have access to the wells, to the plant to do some R&D there?
Yes, we can use water, but now on the reconstruction is power plant, because you know it's we established in 1997, but we are looking the way how it's reconstructed in the future, how it can work.
Okay, thank you, Arturas.
Sure.
And now we go to the Q&A session. But before going to the Q&A session, I want to thank all the presenters. You have really delivered on time. You have 5 minutes. It's showing that geothermal were really good to deliver on time, but also I see that it was good to see all this innovation to be even more delivering in a shorter time with better performance. So thanks to all of you. I will first give the floor to Scott because I see that it was a written question to you and you wrote also directly to the question, Scott, but maybe you can further emphasize already what you were reporting about the R&D work you do on drillings in super hot rock. So Scott, if you can maybe take 1 to 2 minutes to answer already also the question for the full audience.
Yeah, so I just answered for the R&D effort. So H&P has a GRIT team, Global Research and Innovation team, of which one of our technical fellows, Stefan, is part of. So we look at varying topics, and one of the areas that we're looking at is for, I'd say, not just super hot rock drilling, but really hard rock drilling, where you start looking at some alternative cutting methods. And then from our level, at the AWE level, we're continuing to develop our software and our services to really focus on what you can do with today's tools like PDCs, BHAs, etc., to make sure you can get good drilling performance. So it's inspired by the stuff that's going on at Utah Forge in the US, and we're putting it into practice with the operations that we have in Fairville in Utah in the US.
Thank you, Scott. And maybe just as I give you as a further question to you, is there any future plan appetite to develop perforating systems, 350, 400 degrees to establish connection with the reservoir, so supercritical fluids?
I think that's for Seán. It's not for me.
Sorry, it was Seán. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
my mistake. I thought it was for you, but indeed, sorry.
No.
Sorry, Scott, it was for Seán.
Yes, yeah, I just saw that question. It's not my area of expertise, but I know speaking to our Titan people, yeah, we're limited by the electronics that we develop and by the explosives themselves. I think it's up to limited at about 210 degrees at the moment. So I think the solutions for perforating are more to do with cooling of the bottom hole assembly area rather than developing electronics for higher temperatures. But I'll pass this question on to our Titan team in the US. Yeah.
Thank you, Seán, and sorry for the confusion.
Okay.
Now, I give the floor to Malek. There's a question to Diamant Bits. Do you have any experience drilling in fractured basaltic formation with PDC, and can you share data? Malek. Can you hear us, Malek? Okay, maybe I will come back to you at a later stage. Jake, there's a question to you for SBO.
Hey, okay.
So you can see the question, is it possible to pass the PBL after it has been activities, for example, to run a 3-point tool? You can see the question also in the chat.
No, good question. When it's activated, no, you can't pass through. Although we are changing that pretty soon. We were expecting to have something in place by now, but it hasn't quite worked out to that timescale. But you know, maybe this year we'll have a solution for that. But as it stands, no.
Okay, thank you.
I can't see the question. I can't see the question.
If you go, in the tools
okay.
at the bottom, you have Q&A. And
okay,
I just said that the question was answered orally, so it's done. Thank you.
Perfect. All right.
There's a question also to Albrecht. Yeah, but operate in mini electrical drilling rig that can pass through a building. Okay, you speak about shallow water. So yeah, the last question, Malek, I don't know if you can hear us for Diamant. No, he's still not yet there. So I'm sorry, Bruce. We will ask him we will pass to him your question via email and hope he will answer to you. Do we have further question? And also at that stage, feel free also to raise your hand. We can also give you a floor for an oral question. So it's last round of Q&A. Just checking the chat. And I don't see more questions, so maybe I can ask all the presenters to again switch the webcam for the conclusion. And I'm sharing my screen up. So I have to put that in full screen mode. So thank you, all of you, for the nice presentation today and for your ability to present your company. What we can promise you now is further events. First, an event of interest for all of you. Next week, we will release the market report, and you have a possibility on Thursday, 11th of July, to see the first aspect of the market report. It's at 3 o'clock Brussels time, 3 p.m. CET time. I hope you can see my screen. I'm trying to share, but there's issue of sharing. Okay. So next week, indeed, market report. You will see that I was not good last year in market forecast. I was expecting 2023 to be the year with a maximum and the highest number of wells drilled in Europe. At contrario, it was the year with a maximum number of exploration campaigns in Europe. We have seen a lot of 3D and 2D seismic campaigns. What it means that indeed people are spending more in exploration and drilling will come in the next years. You will have all this information in the market report next week. Further discussing exploration, because I mentioned to you that indeed we see people spending more time in exploration. We organize in Paris a 3-day conference, 3-day events. We will focus on district heating with geothermal, but not only. So if you are available, we invite you on Monday, 9th of September, first for a workshop on updates in exploration for greenfield areas. Indeed, we see in Europe further project development will be in greenfield areas. So what are the new innovation in exploration for this? So workshop on the Monday, 9th of September in the afternoon. In the evening, we will have an annual event of EGEC, the annual conference of association, and we invite all members for the dinner on Monday evening. On the Tuesday, 10th of September, it will be the conference on geothermal heating in Paris, and in the 11th, you have opportunity to do site visit of geothermal heating, drilling and operating site in Paris areas. Continuing in September, we invite all of you, 20th of September in Budapest, the Budapest Geothermal Energy Summit, where you have the opportunity to meet and to see the development in Hungary. If you were at our event 2 days ago in Brussels, you have seen that Hungary will become a hot market in the near future. Continuing on geothermal events, it's a different kind of technology. We speak about small-scale geothermal heat pump. It will be in Dublin on 16 to 18 of October. And last but not least, the research and innovation people will be interested that we will have the Geothermal Innovation Days. The date is fixed, 20th and 21st November. Location still to be confirmed, but you will soon receive the information. So we want really to have a large conference on updates. We have seen a lot of updates in drilling technologies. I mentioned updates in exploration, also in Paris, but here we can convene all together for seeing a bit some updates, and we will promise you also an interesting site visit on the 21st of November. And with that, I thank you all for your attention, and maybe Miklos, I give the floor back for the conclusion.
Yes, well, it was a great pleasure to meet you all. And well, some of you I already knew, but I mean, it's a great asset for EGEC and for the geothermal industry, your presence in the association. And I'm looking forward to working with you, with some of you, on our projects, which we run in France and in Europe. And not only, and I would like to encourage everyone for cooperation and sharing. This is what we need in geothermal to push it fast ahead. Thank you very much.